Good morning and welcome to Wellbeing Wednesday. I'm joined today by Eva Rickett from Henley Scan. Eva, opening a shop this coming week.
I know, it's so exciting. Good morning to everybody who's listening and watching. It's so exciting, happening so fast, and a dream come true.
Absolutely, I'm so delighted, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, digital scanning, photograph, film, all that kind of thing. And we've been talking a lot recently about dementia and preserving memories. And I know that you've got the most fantastic story about a gentleman called Colin and his wife, Thelma.
Yeah, so Colin is completely with it. That, you know, I don't want to be rude, but his wife, unfortunately, is quite ill nowadays and has very few memories. And before she was really bad, we made a memory book together. And it was a delight to do it. And their story, how they met, where they met, photographs. He even went back where they'd had the first kiss. And we printed it all wipeable, quite colourful, because that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
And which meant that this book stayed in the room in the care home. So when Thelma had her 5-10 minutes with it and wanted to talk about the past, the carers could take it up, or they could say, oh, look, here's your daughters. Oh, I never knew you'd been to holiday to wherever, and they could talk about it, and obviously it enhanced the carers and Thelma's life. Yeah. And I presume even now it's really lovely for her to at least see the pictures, even if she doesn't 100% know who's in them.
I just think that's amazing, because people with dementia, they tend to remember a long time ago, but struggle with things more recently. And the kind of work that you do is obviously invaluable to things like that. So, but also I have to ask you, tell me about your wallpaper.
Yes. This is the high excitement of me this weekend. It's last weekend, so I've always wanted a personalized wallpaper with photographs of me and my husband's relatives, you know, generations upwards and downwards. Obviously we have the same with the children, but we have different when it comes to parents and grandparents and great grandparents. And when I always thought that I would have it like in a bathroom or a toilet at some stage, and now when I've got the shop, the first thing I said, we're gonna have a statement wall. And we have, and my husband very kindly, who's also the co-owner and the of Henley Scan, and we ran it together. He put it up yesterday, and I'm just so excited. So there is 105 photos. I think the wall is about 2.5 by 2 meters, and it's very small, so it's repetitive. It's like a normal wallpaper with repeat. And I'm still sort of going, wow, can't remember that one. And we've made them all into black and white. So I wanted a black and white wall, but you could do anything. So it's so exciting.
It is, and it sounds absolutely amazing. And this thing about putting it in the toilet, I don't know why, but that really appeals to me. I can imagine just like sitting there going, oh yeah, there's so-and-so, and oh yeah, that's it would just, I really like that idea.
Can also put texts and things in it. I know some people put favorite quotes from maybe films or books and things like that. You know, anything is just about feasible nowadays when we can create it on the computers, and then we can just film it. But but going back to dementia, when you were saying about that people forget, so I had it explained to me, like if you think of a bookcase, quite a tall narrow one, and you fill your books from the bottom, so your childhood memories are all at the bottom, and then you go up and your closest memories like yesterday are on the top. But when the bookshelf starts shaking, it's always the books on the top that falls off, and the ones that are at the very bottom are the ones that stays the longest. So it's the book. So the memories we've had for the longest are the ones that are more solid at the bottom.
That's a really nice way of, or a really nice analogy to make it sort of like to help people understand how people that suffer from dementia, how their brain works. That's awesome.
We were trained, I think it's through the Alzheimer's Society, where you can be a dementia friendly business, and I think we did that about 2 years ago, and that was one of the things that explained it to us. So,
and I think as well, it's not only for the person that suffers from dementia, but their nearest and dearest as well, to have something it's like a memory.
And I think it's very hard. We had early onset Alzheimer's with Graham's father, And I think it is hard. It is very hard. And I think it's very, very hard for the spouses that are sticking around, because I think it's not just the lack of memory, it's also the change in personality and characteristics. And yeah, I think it's not a nice disease. And we see a lot of people trying to save their memories just before quite children, and I love doing it. I love being able to find the story behind the photo, the footage, the film, before it's lost. When, you know, I've lost my dad really young. My mum is still with it, and it's really important for me to say, Mum, who is this on this photo? You know, what is the story? Why is this photo taken? Because that generation didn't take 20,000 photos per year. You know, they took maybe 20. So every photo has got a meaning.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to sort of like the relatives and the nearest and dearest, I think having that memory book and being able to sit and share that, and know that even if your spouse doesn't recognize you now, they still know who you are from the photographs from years and years ago. And that's also really special.
They might not think that the person on the photo is the person in front of them. I mean, you know, because I look a lot like my mum, I have people talking to me as if I am my mum at the same stage and things, but that's just all part of it. And I think there is a stage when you correct them, and then there is a stage when one just starts saying fine, and you smile and you're nice, and you know, it's just. But I think the stories, and I think we all have stories, we all have journeys, and I think it's really important to keep them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think these days, like you say, where people have access to sort of like 20,000 photographs, click, 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 click on phones and things like that. I think it's even more important to have somewhere where these memories can be stored and shared down the generations.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking into for next year, doing courses and workshops and things like that, how to meta tag and store and archive your photos that are digital. Because as a world, we now take 1 trillion photos a year, which is scary, wonderful, whatever, all the above. But it's also things like deleting. You know, we need to get better at going through our photos maybe every 6 months. There's software out there to help those kind of things, because we're heading towards a digital overload, going from not having enough 1 or 2 generations ago to having too much in 1 generation's time. And actually thinking, I took 12 photos of my child blowing out a birthday cake and I only need 2.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I'm forever getting my phone full up with photos and videos and things like that, and I sit there sometimes like delete, 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 delete.
Well done. Well done.
I might have to take one of your workshops though, because I know there's stuff apparently in the cloud, and I wouldn't know how to access that if you asked me. So
come and sit in our shop one day and we can do it all together.
Excellent. That sounds like a plan. So private party Thursday evening for the shop opening.
Yes.
First thing Friday morning, shop opens.
9 o'clock, 73 Reading Road, Henley-on-Thames.
Excellent.
And we'll put all that...
Sorry, go on.
And those of you who are not local, we do get stuff in the post most days, you know, and, you know, we love helping people.
Excellent. And we'll put all the links to the shop, to your website, in the comments, and have a wonderful time. Don't get too hungover on Thursday evening, because you have to open up bright and early Friday. And just to say to anybody that wants to visit, Henley Scan will be open all over the bank holiday weekend, so it'll be open Saturday, Sunday and the Monday. So yeah, good luck.
And it's the Vintage Boat Festival in Henley as well next weekend, so you know, make a day out in Henley maybe.
There you go. Take some photos of the festival and then go see Eva to have them made into precious memories. Thank you so much, Eva.
Thank you for having me, Sandy.
Take care. Bye bye all.
Bye bye.